Good morning, my name is Specialist Wisdom. Today I'll be doing a class for my public speaking assessment for BLC class 010-20. The risk assessment is low. Just watch out for structural hazards. We're going to be indoors, so be aware of the environmental hazards of being indoors, such as hardened structures. Watch your step. Make sure that you have good footing available to you before you make that move. So, just to begin, today's brief is unclassified, and it will be on conflict management. Next, our purpose. The purpose of this brief is to inform all soldiers of what conflict is and the Army's conflict management technique. So, being that this is a virtual class or session, this is the handout that I would hand out to all of my participants. It's basically a sheet on how I handle conflict. So it goes over, do I raise my voice or yell? Do I apologize, walk away, complain, forgive, threaten, look for a win-win, use humor, cry, assign blame, work towards agreement? Has all different types of options on how an individual would typically handle conflict. And it gives the options of usually, sometimes, or never for all of the given responses. Next, what is conflict? The dictionary describes it as a mental struggle resulting from incompatible or opposing needs, drives, wishes, or external or internal demands. It also describes it as the opposition of persons or forces that gives rise to the dramatic action in a drama or fiction. Does anyone have any examples of conflict in their own lives? Yes. That's a good one. Yes. Yeah, I totally agree. That's a fantastic example of conflict. So now what we're going to do is pull up a video of conflict, just to give you a short example. If anyone's ever seen Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay, we are going to show you what a little bit of workplace conflict looks like right here. Here we go. All right.
Ladies, keep it going.
We're gonna walk now, Chef.
The women are on the verge of completing an excellent dinner service.
Beautiful, let's go.
Yes, yes.
Ladies, come here.
Come.
Look at me. Well done. Melanie and Joy, phenomenal.
Thank you, Chef.
Well done. I want all of you now to go into the blue team and get on every section and help them get out 9 tables. Let's go.
Yes, Chef. That was a gangster service. I mean, we even had to go over and help guys because they didn't even know what the fuck they were doing.
There we go.
This is fucking
We're
bullshit.
good over here. Go over there. Hey, blue team. The ladies are finished. They're in here now to wake you up. I'm finished.
I'm good.
Hey, shut up. You fucking do need help. Anyone that gives me a stone cold crab cake twice, trust me, you need help.
Take the help. Run with it. The more help you take, the faster you can get out the kitchen. You got the salt and pepper in there?
Salt and pepper's in.
All right.
Jason, this one's gonna need like 3 minutes, alright? They're really wrong.
Look, we know what we're doing here.
I'm
Don't-
not saying you don't. He
don't
told me
put it
to
on
help
me.
you. Don't
I know,
argue.
but you're
I'm
trying to
just
cut it.
checking.
It's not fired yet. Of course it's raw. And then she's cutting it open. Like, who the hell does that? You're just gonna lose, like, malleable, tasty juice.
Just need to get this
I'm
going.
gonna
Cut it
do
open.
what Chef tells me. Did he tell you to fucking tell me what to do? No.
Well, get out of here.
Don't push me with a knife.
All right, then move away.
There's no need to argue.
Why are you cutting it open?
Because your fucking chicken is raw.
I know it's not on fire yet, you dumb.
What?
It's not on fire. It's not on fire yet.
Hey, you
Yes.
and you, come here.
Oh, shit.
Fucking serious? To get in her face like that and yell, I don't know. Maybe his balls shrunk up a little bit because a woman had to jump on his station.
Damn it. I just yelled in front of the kitchen and I owe the whole restaurant an apology.
Look at me. I told Sandra to get on there. You may not fucking like it, but it's my fucking choice. So, take it, shut the fuck up,
Yes, sir.
and put your head down.
Yes, sir.
Stay on the section.
Yes, Chef.
Okay? Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that was a prime example of conflict in the workplace. Wow. If any one of you has ever seen Hell's Kitchen, it can be a very stressful environment, just like the military environment that we work in on a daily basis, or on a weekend basis, once a month, however it may be, depending on your status. So that was just a short example of some conflict in the workplace. Now, moving forward, let's get back to our presentation. So, we have different types of conflict. There are leader conflicts, and leaders have different styles of leadership. Followers do not always agree with all leadership styles, thus leading to conflict. We also have value conflict. Differences in identities and values can include differences in politics, religion, ethics, norms, and other deeply held beliefs. And then we have personality conflicts. In the workplace, people that would never meet in their own personal lives meet. And this oftentimes happens in the military or army environment. I bet we've all met tons of people from all different walks of life that hold all different things near and dear to them, and we may have disagreeing opinions on certain things. This type of conflict arises because of differences in style, personality, and other things like that. Can anyone give a few examples of a personality conflict? Fantastic. Yeah, that was a great example. Moving forward, the Army's 7-step approach to conflict management. The collaborative approach. It begins with identifying the stated source. So we are going to take a hard look on where exactly this conflict is coming from. Secondly, we're going to identify the root causes of the conflict. Then we're going to determine what factors are feeding into this conflict. Next, we are going to gain acceptance from the other side. So if it's me and another soldier having a conflict, I'm going to say, hey man, let's level here and have a conversation about the conflict that's going on between us. Next, we're going to frame the conflict more positively. So instead of thinking of it as, oh, this conflict is horrible, this is such a bad situation to be having right now, we're going to think, okay, we are experiencing conflict right now, but let's look at this as an opportunity for growth so we can come out a stronger, better soldier. Next, we are going to generate ideas on how to resolve the conflict. So we are going to get together with the individual that we're in conflict with, and we're going to say, I have this idea on how this conflict that we're experiencing can play out. I think this is a good scenario for us. This is a good option for us to resolve this conflict. And then the other person will say, I think this is a good option for us to resolve this conflict. Maybe we should look into this. Next, we're going to appraise potential solutions on how to solve the conflict. So together, you and the individual are going to brainstorm and really think about all the different options that you presented to the table and come up with one or two or even three that you think are viable for the situation. And then for the last step, we're going to work towards a solution with the other side. We're going to say, let's focus on this method right here on how we're going to use to solve it. Let's focus on this solution and let's really give it a shot together. So this is an example video of workplace conflict management. Here it is.
Workplace conflict can sometimes be difficult to avoid. It can arise in every job, no matter the field of work. Before you can resolve a conflict, you'll want to think about the conflict itself. Listen to your own thoughts and feelings, but also consider why the other person feels the way they do. You may not agree with them, but understanding their point of view can help you to communicate with them more effectively. After considering this, find a time to talk with the other person. It's best to do this in person. Words and feelings can often be misinterpreted over the phone or via text. Before meeting, make sure you're in control of your emotions. Going into it angry or upset will set you up for failure. In the meeting, the first thing you'll want to do is identify the issue and respectfully state your needs. You want to do this without placing any kind of blame on the other person so as not to make them angry. Also, make sure you give them a chance to talk and that you actively listen to them when they do. Once you've both voiced how you feel, try initiating some kind of resolution. Brainstorm some possible solutions, offer a compromise, or try listing pros and cons with the other person. Hopefully, you're able to agree on something, but if not, it's important to keep calm and bring in an unbiased third party if possible. Someone like a supervisor may be able to help clarify and resolve the situation. Conflict can be stressful, but if you keep your emotions in check and approach things with an open mind, finding a solution can be that much easier.
GCF Global, creating opportunity.
All right, so that is the video. Now let's get back to our presentation. So, can anyone tell me some of the things they noticed about the video that really stuck out to them? Yes, definitely. Yes, fantastic. That was great. So a few of the things that stuck out to me were going into the conflict management situation with you and the other individual with your emotions in check. I feel like a lot of the times we, just as people, not as soldiers or any of the other roles that we have, tend to bring all of our emotions and unresolved feelings to the table when we're dealing with matters of conflict. And a lot of the times that can cloud our judgment. And secondly, another thing that really stuck out to me was bringing in a third party. So the Army doesn't have this part in their collaborative approach to solving conflict, but I do think that this will be really useful in solving conflict, bringing in, whether it be a senior NCO or a squad leader or just someone of higher authority to help mediate between the two parties. And I definitely think that that can help in any given situation. So just to summarize and conclude, we went over what exactly conflict is. We went over leader conflict, value conflict, and personality conflict and described what they all are. And then we went into depth on the Army's 7-step conflict management method, the collaborative method. Are there any questions? All right, fantastic. So just to conclude, that will conclude our class today on conflict management. This is Specialist Wisdom. Thank you all for your attendance.